If you'd like to support this channel, drink tea, follow my link, and join me over at pathofcha.com. Hi, I'm Sifu Kuttel, and in this video, we'll be working with the Taiji Jian. The technique that we are going to be working on in this video is quite simple. We're just going to begin with a point with our sword finger, and then we're going to follow up with a double hand thrust. Now, using both hands is very contextual. This isn't something that you should always try to resort to. It is a very specific technique and very unique and should be used upon occasion, but it doesn't mean it shouldn't be practiced because there's a lot that we can develop from this. One thing is the continuity of our intention, and you'll see this as we do it, but what we're going to be doing is kind of picking our placement. We're going to be picking a target to move towards with our sword finger, and then we're going to be moving in with a thrust towards it. Now, the one thing when you're using the double palm position, it is quite simple. We're just simply going to clasp the palm over the other. You don't need to grab the thumb around the sword, but you may feel a little bit more stable and more comfortable when you do that. But we're simply going to be covering one hand with the other as we extend forward. You'll see it as we do it. So grab your sword and let's go get to work. We're going to begin this technique with a withdrawal and then using the sword finger to set our target, to set our point. This is similar to when somebody is playing pool and they call their shots. I want you to extend, reach out, and choose a target that you will be thrusting towards after that. This also develops a mental exercise, the continuity of intention. So even though the movements are separate, this wouldn't be trying to poke somebody and then do the thrust towards them in the exact same spot. We are trying to set a target and then move with our entire body towards that target. Okay, so we'll begin by withdrawing the sword back behind us. You don't have to elevate and raise it up. The tip of the sword should end up right around where your knee is. Now, as we do this, we're going to take a step back to an empty stance and bring the sword back along the side of the body. So I would step back and withdraw here. One more time, I start from forward, step back. Now our other hand, our sword finger, this is the point where we are going to extend forward and call our shot. So starting with the blade forward, step back, shift back, and then both hands will end up separating as we end up shifting over that leg. Everything ends together. One more time. So from here, I step back and point. Or if I'm facing this corner, I step back and point. Now, as I said before, we're calling our shot. I want you to point and choose a target past your fingers. It could be something on the wall, but I want you to have that point set as we step forward and move into the next technique. Now from here, my front foot is going to advance. My back foot is going to come up and meet it. And we're going to keep the stance low. So keep the knees bent and also keep your heels on the ground. You don't want the heels to come up. So it'll be front foot advances, back foot meets and sink. Okay, again from this position, we step, step, and stay low. One more time from here. Now, as I advance, my hand is going to clasp palm over the hand so that both hands are together, and then I'm going to extend forward. Think of centering the sword up on the body and then presenting straight out. This will allow me to give a nice assisted thrust from the center. I'm not trying to enter in from an angle on either side. We're starting from the center, we're ending at the center, okay? So again, from here, from a withdrawal, as I step forward, my hand comes back, I meet, center the sword, step up, and extend. Again, withdraw, stepping forward, meet, center, and extend. Now towards this corner, actually we'll start from the extending out, withdraw, call your shot, step, center, extend. Again, calling the shot, step, center, extend. I'm going straight towards you. I extend, call a shot, step, center, thrust. Again, calling that shot, extending back, step, center, thrust. Now, as you do this, think of continuity of intention. Even though we're withdrawing, my point is set. I just keep saying this, call the shot, right? Keep that point in mind so that when you are stepping back, you have good structure. If something were to bump into you, you wouldn't go anywhere. And as you step forward, you have that one point. Everything is focused, your mind, your body. You're going to be striking that one point with the sword as that assisted thrust. Now, I do suggest you take some time to explore this in a faster, more explosive speed. Not necessarily on the step and withdraw. You don't need to worry about that as much. The step and withdraw is fine, but the advance and thrust really needs to take some time to be worked on because it's very easy to begin the thrust too soon rather than centering and thrusting from the body, extending forward. And then of course, when we move fast, we tend to want to, when we're extending, we want to extend everything and we tend to stand up where we should get used to sinking down with the thrust, centering the body, getting a good base for lots more power as we do this. Okay, so there you have it. As you can see, it's quite simple to do. We're just stepping back, pointing, stepping forward, and thrusting with the sword. But there are many different aspects that you can pay attention to as you're doing this to refine not just your sword work, but your Tai Chi in general. So do pay attention to those and apply them elsewhere. This idea of the continuity of intention, maintaining that same intention throughout the movement, throughout the form, is very important for Tai Chi in general. So work on this, check out the rest of the playlist, and I'll see you in the next video.